Look, I just woke up, right? Alright? Look, I just woke up. Alright? So, forgive me, man. You know what I mean? I know I told you guys before, man. Hold on a second. I know I told you guys before, man, that like, I tried to, tone down a little bit on my sexiness, you know what I'm saying? So I just woke up, like, looking like this, man. Some of you guys, some of you ladies might be still checking out, but just know, like, I woke up looking like this, you know what I mean? So I'm just letting you guys know, man. I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, man, but I'm checking off a little bit, you know what I'm saying? What? Hey, man, it's called my self-esteem. It's called your self-esteem. It's called my self-esteem, you know what I'm saying? So, like, come on, man. Get a grip. What? You think, I wallowed my own sorrow and you were there? Hell no, bruh. Yes, you were. In my heart, you know what I'm saying? I see you. Yeah, I see you, Miss. What's your name? I can't read Arabic. Someone call you blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But thank you, though. But at the same time, look, check this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I look like when I wake up, you know what I'm saying? So, pretty flossy, man. But it rained in Cali, man. Sunny Cali. Caught me not surprised. Man, every day is a day. It's a sunny day to me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I see it being a rainy day, cloudy day, on a sunshiny day, man. It's all the same day to me. You know why? Because when you wake up looking like this, man, all depressing shit. Just kidding. No, but hell no, bro. What are you talking about? I'm from LBC, bro. We don't get depressed. Hell no, man. We hustle all. No, actually, no. We don't do that. No, not anymore. Right, Snoop? So, most of you guys don't know, man. Snoop Dogg, right? He's originated from LBC a long time ago, man. They call it the NWA before, and I call it is the NW No Way, man. You know why? Because, man, they all disappear. I mean, where they at now, man? Ice Cube is where? Freaking in Hampton somewhere, right? Somewhere. Where's Ice Cube? He's like disappear, right? But it's not an LBC though. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg somewhere, right? He's the last song he dropped was Drop It Hot 2020 years ago. You get what I'm saying? It's like, man. So I went to Paulie a few days ago, man. My friend, he's a vet, right? So I went to his house, like Paulie, man. And I was like, yo, what's going on, man? He was like, hey, bro, I'm having PTSD. I was like, what's that? He's like, for real, Sam? I was like, nah, what's the PTSD? And he's like, bro, I need to go to the emergency. I was like, where's the hospital? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, what's up, Rambly? No, so see, that's the thing though, man. I'm gonna talk to you guys real quick, man, about that, man. So we turned 18 years old, right? Hey, what's up, Puppert? Right? We turned 18 years old, man, and we go straight to war, you know what I'm saying? But homeboy, man, homeboy got excited. He was like, yo, I'm gonna be in the Marine, bro. He's like, I'm gonna be in the Marine. I'm gonna get into shape, because right now I'm overweight. Yeah, his name is Keith, man. He's pretty big, man. He's like 6'2", like 6'1.5". So, homeboy is big, bro. Like, homeboy is big. I'm talking about like maybe 75 pounds, man. But homeboy is like, I can't wait to go to the Marine, man, and get into shape because he saw the boot camp. It's like, I always want to do that. Oh, they took his ass to Iraq right off the bat, bro. I was like, oh, boy. And homeboy came back, man. PTSD, bro. Yeah, he's like, bro, I saw someone blew up, bro. I was like, when we blew up, like they kaboom. He's like, come on, Sam. I was like, what? What mean like blew up? Like they blew up all the time over there. He's like, no, bro. I'm talking about like limbs. I was like, holy shit. I was like, did you cry? He's like, what the fuck? He's like, I was like, you saw someone blew up, bro, like the limbs. Did you cry, bro? Because I know you're not that strong. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, without me, bro, you're not that strong. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, no. He's like, I couldn't sleep. He's like, I couldn't sleep for like 3 or 4 days. Hey, what's up? Des did that. So I'm venting a little bit, man. Hey, man. See, man. But at the same time, it's like, listen real quick, man. It's like, homeboy, it's like, man, I gotta go to the emergency, but the last time I went, they charged me. I was like, they charge you? What the? You're a vet, bro. Don't you have like the automatic like emergency care for vet? He's like, I do. I was like, bro, you didn't read your health care plan? He was like, I went. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, the whole time you've been paying to go to the hospital, my nigga? And he's like, yeah, they charge me like $99 walk in. And I told him I was a vet and everything, man. And he was like, I was like, bro, they charge you to go to the emergency and you're a vet. Where? Uh, you see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, what's your height? I'm 5'10", bro. You know what I'm saying? 5'10", 145, about 72 kilos, man. But pure muscle though, man. But hey, let me vent real quick, bro. Then chill out, man. Let me tell you a story real quick, man. Nah, it matters, man. It's important, bro. We gotta take care of the vets, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just be saying, oh, take care of the vet, but not do shit. My friend's a vet, bro, and he was forced to pay to go to emergency, bro, because he didn't know. He didn't know that he was covered for emergency as a vet, bro. But they still charge him, man. Yes, man, he's dark. I mean, dark in the berry, you know what I'm saying? 6'2", about two. He lost weight like 220. Yeah, about 220. Yeah, but he's still 6'2", bro. But he's dark though, chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So I always call him, Milky Way. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, bro, they charge him $99 to go to emergency every single time, and he didn't even know that he was covered as a vet. My nigga, you know what I'm saying? That shit pissed me off, bro. Like, I was so mad, man. I was like, where is that freaking clinic? But he's like, nah, don't do anything, man. He's like, he's a nice guy, man. But at the same time, it's like, we talk about taking care of our vet, but we don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, so yeah, I did send to the city, man. I was like, bro, like, this guy better be reimbursed for like every single dollar plus interest, bro. That's not right, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, now I completely vent on that aspect. So let me answer your question, man. I'm 5'10", bro. I'm 5'10". I walk around with 6.2% body fat all year round, you know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm sexy, bro. Like, it's not, man. It's not about that, bro. It's like, it's about the technique, you know what I'm saying? Because when you train, bro, listen to me real quick, though, man. Desi, man. Desita, man. Listen to me real quick, though, man. It's like, when you train for, like, let's say, endurance, right? When you train for muscle endurance, bro, Pepper. Let me go over quick. What's up, Pepper? What's up, Desita? And who else? Yeah. So when you train for endurance, bro, you actually build more muscle tissue, right? You actually build more muscle fiber, right? Because you're building more muscle fiber, guess what happened? You are building more thicker muscle density, in which if you were to go, AFK for like 2 months in vacation somewhere in Iraq, right? For like, right? And you go AFK for 2 months, bro, that muscle endurance that you built with that muscle density, guess what happened? You won't lose that, bro. Like, because most people, when they go on vacation, they come back, they either lose something or, they, flab it, right? But with the muscle density wise, when you train for muscle endurance, bro, it will maintain your shape. Yeah, you might look a little bit soft because you have been lifting weights, but if you were doing push-up over there on vacation, man, you'd be good. But at the same time, it's that when you train for muscle endurance, check this out. I'm a flex real quick, man, so that you guys can see me out, man. Because look, man, guys, I don't like to show off, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I do. Hold on a second. Let me adjust it quick, man. Nah, bro, it rained, man. It caught me off guard today, man. And every day, man. I don't check the weather, bro. Look, think of it this way. I have weather phone from my Android, right, for my iPhone, and both told me different things. And things like, one said, hey, it's gonna rain. The other one said, there's a probability of 50% it might rain. I was like, 50%? That's half, though. So should I risk of taking measures, or should I just do my thing, right? And I just do my thing, man. I forgot about it, and it rained, and my tool got messed up. But at the same time, not really messed up. You know why? Because when you a builder, bro, you know what I'm saying? Look, check me out. Check it out. Look, check this out. When you a builder, man, you know what I'm saying? When you look like this, when you wake up looking like this right here, man, look, my 7-packs, man, my 7-pack's still there. See that? Through the black shirt, man, cover all up. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, see this? So I do 25 pounds, fellas. Like, all you need is 25 pounds, man. Like, why? Because, well, check me out, man. Gazeta, man, check this out. When you do shrugs, check this out, man. Check this out. I'm gonna show you how to create that illusion, right? I'm 145, right? But I look like I'm 180, right? That's right. It's because of that illusion, right? Check this out. The one thing you need for sure, man, is that trap. You see that trap right here? You won't get that. Check this out. See that? You see how my arm is bent slightly? See that? Keep it like that. And right here. Check this out. Watch. Boom. You see how the natural alignment? You see how it goes straight to the trap? See that, bro? That's called posing, bro. Like, I pose 24/7, man. You know what I'm saying? But I flex though. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time though, is that when you train for muscle endurance, you want to do 25. 25 for 25, man. That's a dime, bro. I said a dime, bro. That's a quarter. All right. You see that? You want to do 25, right? And after you do the 25, you want to go straight to the lateral raise, right? Because the trapezius is right here, right? It gives you that the atlas look, but the lateral raise, which is the side, is right connected to the traps. So it would give you not the broad shoulder look, but it would give you the illusion of the muscle density rolling from the traps to the lateral delts. Check it out. Watch. See it? Right there. You see how I go straight to my nipples? Yeah, I can say nipples. There's no ladies here, right? Yeah. Straight to my nipples, man. See that? Boom. You see how the lateral... You see that? Check it out. You special there, bro. Check it out. Boom. See that? Right? If you go any higher, check it out. If you go any higher, you see how it works the traps? Don't go too high, bro. Why? Because when you do 25 of the shrugs, right? And then you go straight to the superset of the lateral raise, you don't want to go too high, bro, because you're going to hurt yourself, right? So you want to go 25 lateral raise to the nipple line, right? After the shrugs, 25, right? And then now you want to stimulate the blood flow. So when you stimulate the blood flow, you stimulate from the lower back, which is the lumbar, right? Which is just right here. Not the glutes, bro. Just the lower back. Remember, the trapezius, the lateral delts, the lower back. You must do, bro. If you strengthen those three core muscle groups, guess what happens? You can stand tall because your lower back is strong. And then you be posing like me, bro. Because if your lower back is strong and you got your traps and your lateral delt hanging out, bro, like this, I'm atlas, bro. You know what I'm saying? 145. Guess how much I squat? I squat 325 pounds, right? I deadlift 415 pounds. I'm 145, right? Muscle endurance, bro. I'm telling you, when people say that muscle endurance doesn't build you the strength, that's bullshit. It is. Because muscle endurance takes a longer period of time to build that strength. But when you build that strength, bro, it lasts. And that's the reason why you really want to train for the muscle endurance, man. Because when you do, remember, 25 shrugs, right? You do the 25 shrugs, 25 lateral raises, right? And then 25 stiff leg deadlift. The stiff leg deadlift, you see that? It goes straight to your knees. Go straight to your knees for the stiff leg deadlift, right? Because we only want to target the lumbar area, which is the lower back here, to push the blood upward. Does that make sense? But it still slightly target the glutes, but not as much though, because now you're targeting more of the lumbar, the lower back, to push the blood up so that way you have the blood flow, right? Again, that's 25. So you want to do 25 of that, see that? 25 of that, right? And if my headset doesn't work, man, let me know, because I don't know if it's working or not. But at the same time, you see 25, 25, 25, and then you come back to 25, right? So that's 100 repetition, right? And that 100 repetition will give you that illusion that you're looking for in terms of building the physique that's not bulky, right? Because when your physique is not bulky, right? The hammer. Everyone knows who the hammer guy is, right? I'm the hammer guy, right? But you see how it's wet, right? Yeah, see? So I'm gonna show you guys how to clean it. But at the same time, I'm that hammer guy, right? I'm that sexy hammer guy who's, flexing all day, you know what I'm saying? But it rained in California, my niggas, you know what I'm saying? So right now, bro, I gotta clean the stuff up. But I still want to show you guys the fitness tip, right? To remind you guys that, look, man, I'm still working out, right? I'm still flexing, but at the same time, still, let you guys know, the 25 of 100 repetition, bro, it's a superset designed to build the muscle endurance, so that way when you get to flex, it will last you for your lifetime, right? Guess my age. I think I'm 40 years old, bro. Am I? I think so. Do I look like 40, bro? I don't, right? That's because muscle endurance, man, it gives you a longer longevity, right? But at the same time, Check this out. You see that? I'm the hammer guy. So I'm gonna show you guys what it is that I do, which is the tools, bro. If you don't know your tools, you get what I'm saying? If you don't know your tools, bro, you gotta learn how to use your tools, right? Because even though it's rain, guess what happened? I can fix it, I can clean it because I know how to clean my tools. You know what I'm saying? So you see how my setup, my planning out, it built upon because it planned out. It's not just random, it's not just chaotic, but it is though, but it's structured. You see how people who come and go, right? They miss the concept. They miss the concept of what it is that they could be learning, right? Because when you stack, when you plan, when you prepare the way that you want to, right? You want to tell a story. Guys, telling a story is very important, right? Right? I talked to you guys first, from the main issue, which is the vet, right? Gotta take care of the vet. Hey, what's up, Riz? You know what I mean? What's up, man? You gotta take care of the vet. You see how I lined it up? I lined up the vet, right? And then I talk about the vet, the health insurance, which is right now, right? Then I talk about what? The workout, right? I give you guys a tip, which is to build that atlas, right? 25 shrugs, 25 lateral raise, 25 stiff leg deadlift, and then back to the shrugs. That's 100 repetition of 3 sets, right? Super set. And then guess what happened? And then now I let you guys see the hammer, in which I show you guys that it's raining, so it's wet, right? But I'm still showing you guys the progress, the step, the protocol, right? To telling a story. Guys, it's very important. If you can't tell a story, guess what happened? You won't be known. You won't be remembered. You won't be heard, right? Because telling a story, I'm the modern bard, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you guys the technique of how to Riz, man, of how to king. It's back. King Riz is back, man. Hey, King Riz, you rap? Do you rap? King Riz. Riz King is back. But your emblem is blue, bro. You're black, but you're blue. But still, man, that's the official is blacker than you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just clowned you a moment ago. You know what I'm saying? Look, you might be the M, bro. You might be the M, but you're the wrong color, man. You're a baby blue M with a white inside, which is good thing. That means you're pure. But at the same time, man, what's the dough, right? You gotta be at least a money green M, bro. You know what I'm saying? What kind of king are you? Are you a blue king? Or are you the horseman, man? Which is the boundless sea of the bounded lead, right? Why? Because it matters, right? The Shangri-La, right? Homeboy approached me, right? Hell yeah, I schooled his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what is your position? I was like, my position? Bro, I'm original art. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm original art. I was like, what's your position, Mr. Law, Mrs. Law, Miss I don't know who-ha, right? I was like, what's your position, bro? I was like, what's your position? You wrote one book. Whoopie-doo. I got 500 songs published. And I was like, what position are you, Mr. Determinism, Mr. Fate, Mr. Debate, Mr. What? Hey. No, homeboy was cool, man. Homeboy's cool. Yeah, I clowned his ass so hard, bro. Like, Shangri-La, oh my God. Like, guys, you don't understand. Like, I clowned homeboy hard, bro. So I sent a video of me rapping. I say, hey, horseman, what's your creed? Do you like it or do you see what this bar has to say? Because now I'm going to say to you, adios and have a nice day. Hell yeah, I soliloquy his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because Shangri-La, man, homeboy's the horseman, right? He's a philosopher horseman, right? But the fuck, there's no shit. He's like, do you know AI technology? I was like, bro, I'm the modern bard, bro. Like, who better with AI technology than me, right? And he's like, can you write me articles? I was like, bro, you approached me to ask me how I should help you write articles. Do you need me to help you write abstract paper? Chaos? Music videos? I told him, like, bruh, like, La. I was like, bro, sister, La. I don't know, male, female, but at the same time, like, I'm a side of you right now. Like, you approached me to ask me to write articles, to help you write articles. What do you want? 200 articles? Guys, articles, it's like, I can write articles in my sleep, right? But at the same time, they're still stuck in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like articles, talking article about what? Talking about determinism, about the fate. You still debate in the last 10,000 years the same topic that you talk about fate, right? That's what I said. I said you talk about determinism about fate 10,000 years ago, still debate in the philosophy of your single law, your Mr. Aha, Mrs. Laha. I don't know who you are, but at the same time, it's like it's the same shit. I was like, you just repeating what Aristotle said like freaking 10,000 years ago, man. What's the difference? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, hey, horseman, like, how did you become a horseman, bro? Like, I'm gonna go troll you, bro. Like, I was like, I'm gonna go troll you, bro. You got 2 books? Talk about what? You're no religion? I was like, oh, come on, bro. I was like, okay. You creativity, right? You creativity stuck on articles still. I'm gonna serve you a soliloquy, bro. That's what I said. He's like, and he said, what is your position? I was like, what do you mean my position, bro? Like, what do you mean by that? You approach me. What is my position? And then I said, what's your position? And he's like, I have a long length of history. I was like, what, a few years, bro? Nobody, look, you can't even show your face. Nobody don't know what a Shangri-La look like, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you got 2 books out, 5, maybe 20 articles out every single year, bro. Check my Instagram. I got 500 videos talking about faith and determinism, bro. What's my position? Now it's like, hey, bro, real talk though. What's position? I said, what's position, bro? I said, what's position, bro? Like, is that like ranking? You know, like in, I mean, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, like when Yu-Gi-Oh was dueling, you know, you have a ranking system, or you know, like in in the Chinese light novel, you have the ranking system of the heavenly, you know, ranking. I was like, what's the position, bro? Like, are you like a national like ranked philosopher? Because I didn't know what a position was, bro. Like, I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the hell's a position? I didn't know there's a ranking within philosophers. As far as I know, is there? And he was like, you don't know about positioning? I was like, no. I'm the modern bar of chaos. I just started a few days ago, bro. Yeah, like maybe last year, bro. But I already published a 500 music mutation more than you. So what's my position? And he's like, so you have no position, then we can't talk. And I was like, what? I was like, you approached me, asked me about position, and I said, I got more than you, but mine was like last year, and you spent your whole life, and we can't talk. But you approached me, bro. Like, so I sent him a gift, bro. Like I did. I sent him a gift. I said, hey, La, look, la, hee ha. I said, la, hee ha. You know, Mr. Horseman on the, you know, wherever you are, man. But at the same time, I'm gonna ha you real quick, right? I said, look, this is my gift to you, bro. I'm assuming you're Asian, right? I'm assuming you're Chinese, right? So as a Chinese man to a Chinese half man, half horse, right? I'm gonna present you a gift. That's how we do it. So I'm gonna give you a gift of first encounter. You came to me, I'm gonna give you a gift. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I roll. That's how I operate. So I gave him a breakdown of chaos, bro. I said, look, I was like, la, he, ha, you know, me, he, she, wherever you are, bro. Horseman, half, whoever else. I said, look, it doesn't matter, bro. You follow this protocol, you write your article with this protocol, guess what happened, bro? You'll be the first Shangri-La in the whole entire of the Horseman era, bro, to have ever, right, to have ever embraced chaos, right? Because I'm the king of chaos, right? And I just designed for you, bro, a protocol exactly what you have to do, bro, and you'll be in the history of the Horseman for forever, bro. And all I ask you, man, all I ask you, bro, is to what? Is to discuss, man. Let's talk. No, I still look. I was like, bro, like real talk though, man. Like, what are your thoughts about air, right? And guess what he said? He's like, so you don't have position. I said, bro, I just sent you a gift. As a Chinese man to a Chinese half horseman, right? I just gave you a gift. Yet the thing you asked me was, do I have position? That's rude as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I broke it out to him. I was like, bro, you are rude, man. Like, who the hell are you, boo-boo? You know what I'm saying? I just gave you a gift and all you asked was position. You know what I call that? In the hood, bro. I'm from LBC, bro. I told him, I was like, I'm gonna go get on you real quick, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna spam your ass real quick, bro. So I ranted all his ass. Like, I was like, this is the reason why, man, you're still gonna be stuck in the past, right? Still debated by the same fate about your own determinism, on your own hate. Because as like at the end of the day, la la, guess what? La 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 la. You know, I'm gonna make a song about you, la la. So I made a song called "Ooh Sexy La La La." Yeah, that's about him. Bro. I was like, "Ooh Sexy La La La," right? Hell yeah, and I sent to him. I was like, "That's the difference, bro. You still stuck in the classic 10,000 years ago. Still talking about the same classic, about articles. And I told you, if you want 500 articles, man, I can give you a blueprint. I just gave you a fucking blueprint, and you asked me about positions. Just say thank you. You see how ungrateful that is, man? Fuck you, law. Fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? Ungrateful, man. You know what I'm saying? You and Harrison, what his name is, bro. Man, ungrateful, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like these. So I wrote a play. Yeah, I wrote a play. I wrote a play called "How to Identify Poser Philosophers," bro. The 10 step. I'm gonna post it on a link, right? I'll post it on a link on where you can download it. 10 steps on how to identify posers, philosophers. You know what I'm saying? Because it matters, man. It matters because I made some stuff up in there in which poser, philosophers, get funding from the government and everything just to pose. You know what I'm saying? So I made all the stuff up just to clown on them. That you want an article, man, bro. I'm gonna write for you academic article, making fun of you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? Like I gave homeboy a gift, man. I break down all he asked for position, man. Fuck you, law. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Oh, but if you're a lady, I apologize. If you're a lady, I'm sorry, law. Like, if you are a lady, oh la, I apologize. But you were an asshole. Okay? But if you're a man, bro, fuck you, law. You know what I'm saying? Be grateful next time, man. You too, Harrison. What? Oh, so Sam Harris, dog, the other horseman. So Sam Harris, the other horseman, man. He's the North Science, but he got shit, bro. So, yeah, hell yeah, I dogged his ass, man. And I said, hey, Sam, guess what happened, bro? You're the Sam that's not I am. Big pentameter, right? You're a Sam Harrison. The hair. I was like, you're Sam the hare. You know what I'm saying? The hare, not the rabbit. You're not a rabbit. I say, you're the Sam, not I am. You're the hare and the sun, right? I said, you're the Sam, not I am, who is a hare and is a sun. Who is you, boo-boo? I'm the Sam I am, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Sam I am, green eggs, ham, the modern bard without a plan, still single hand you, what? What? Pwn his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? And from then on, guess what happened? He ignored me after that, bro. So I said, hey, these horsemen, bro, like, I saddled them, bro, and they're still ungrateful, you know what I'm saying? I gave both of them, bro, a chaos breakdown of what they should be doing. I say, hey, Sam, not I am. If you want to be an I am big pentameter, right? If you want to elevate your I am, bro, follow this protocol, man. You know what I'm saying? And all you have to do, man, I said, all you have to do, bro, is just mention my name, bro. That's it. Say shout out, man. Shout out to my fellow, Flosso, man. Flosso. Look, guys, look. See, and look, no, real talk. I'm venting because I'm mad, bro. One is because the vet, then the healthcare insurance issue, man. Because right now, guess what happened, bro? Right now, it's the healthcare insurance, right? It's the exchange, right? It's open season, right? So they deny his ass emergency because he couldn't pay, right? As a vet, right? Because they normally charge him $99. They didn't admit him because they said he was crazy, bro. Like because he walked in like, oh, you look fine. So we don't take you. You okay. You know what I mean? So that's one. It's the health insurance because right now it's the season. It matters, man. It matters, right? I don't just ramble for no reason, bro. I don't do that, right? I don't ramble for no reason because as a modern bard of chaos, bro, I have to tell the story, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it was you, I would do the same thing too, man. And I apologize if I ignore some of the comment, man. Is that because I want to relay this message because it's important, man. It's important because if you turn 18 years old, you can go to Iraq to fight a war that you don't know about, right? You come back with PTSD as a vet, bro, as a young, right? You should be taken care of. It matters, guys. Like, I'm a bard. I need to tell the story. And again, I do try to answer some questions on live, but at the same time, you guys have to understand, man. Like, you have to support my campaign too, man, which is for the people, right? You talk about taking care of the vet. We got to mention about this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was you or the people that you know who's a vet, and that happened, you would do the same thing, right? They say, like on social media, oh, why is the vet homeless? And why are they the illegal immigrant? I was like, bro, are they the same thing, right? If a vet went PTSD and not treated, and guess what? Wonder become homeless, guess what happened? It's the same thing as an illegal immigrant, right? Because now they just wonder homeless, right? Because nobody's taking care of them. But at the same time, they wonder, like, oh, why we're not taking care of that? Because the system doesn't set up in which they take care of people with issue, PTSD, with sugar, stroke issue, right? It matters, guys. If you don't follow up with the vet who have a PTSD, who may forget, who may get anxiety, who may miss their appointment, guess what happened? They get mistreated. They not get treated. So the more prolonged, they get not being treated. Guess what happened? Right? Correct. Depression. And that's why most of the vet, man, they commit suicide, bro. 8%, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Less than 8%. Like, who was admitted to the hospital emergency, right? Half of that, 4%, man, either committed suicide or died, right? Because they missed the appointment and they weren't being treated, right? So as they barred, bro, I'm here for 30 minutes. I gotta vet this out so that you guys can know that if you talk about taking care of the vet, bro, as an American, right? Or if you're outside America, man, the healthcare system needs to take care of the people. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where you are, man. It doesn't matter. The healthcare system needs to take care of the citizen, bro. You know what I'm saying? We pay taxes. We do all this stuff, man. We can't go to war, come back, and not being treated, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we got to take care of our warriors, of our heroes, firefighters, man, policemen, man. Pay the teachers more, man. Put more funding to the music. Put more funding to the school for the art, man. Because it matters, man. Look, my research. Let me talk to you guys about my research. See, I'm a bard. I'm gonna tell you guys this stuff now, right? Is that when you have a campaign, a mission, in which the people here are the attention span is like what, 5 seconds, 15 seconds, right? And then you just keep on scrolling, which is okay. I'm okay with that. But if you just keep on scrolling and not see the message of someone like myself who is a modern bard, I'm doing this for you guys to tell you guys a story that may affect you or someone that you know, right? In America or outside about the healthcare system, man, because it matters, right? I'm here on my own time to raise the awareness, right? To raise the awareness that if we live in a country that is industrialized, right, as a citizen of that country, man, we should be taken care of, right? In America, we should not be, ranked 17 in healthcare, right? And not taking care of a vet, but yet we take care of stocks, right? We take care of political issues that put pocket in their pocket, right? That's because when you put money into the pocket of the pocketer, lobbyists, right? Paying and stuff like that, right? What are you going to do about it? And the big question is, you can't do nothing about it. I can't do nothing about it. But if we start to relay this out, if I, pass the messages, right? Not just scroll, man, because, hey, I'm different, bro. Like, I'm the modern bard of chaos, bro. Like, I tell story, right? But at the same time, if you don't tell the story, share the story, guess what happened? It's not being heard, right? Riz King is back, but you're bluer than there's a official who is flagging you, right? If we don't share the story, guys, check me out. If we don't share the story because we're afraid of being embarrassed, because we afraid of being looked down upon, look at me, bro. Like, I'm here for 34 minutes longer than I should be to pass this message because that's my friend, bro. You know what I'm saying? If that was your friend, you'd probably do the same thing too, right? You probably want to do the same thing too. If you love your country, right? And your friend or someone you know went to serve, went to fight, come back with PSD and not being treated, admit to emergency, what would you do, right? Hey, I hope you do the same thing as I did, right? But at the same time, you might not. But hey, if that's you, then hey, it is what it is. But at the same time, is that if we don't take care of our vet and do something about the healthcare system in which We can't change the institution, but we can force them, right, to hear certain things about implementing if we unite, bro. I'm telling you guys, like, the institution is too strong in America. Look, I own a business in health insurance. Like, I know it's too strong. Like, you can't win. You can't. Why? Because the policies, right? Because the policy designed to disfavor a private insurance company, right? Now check this out. I'm gonna let you guys in a secret here. So here, let's take notes. Ready? Again, I operate a business in health insurance, right? So I know my shit. You know what I'm saying? So write this down, bro. The way that it works is that when you have a private-owned insurance company who's competing, right, with each other insurance carriers, right? For example, in California, we have Cover California, we have Humana, we have United Healthcare, right? If those private insurance companies are competing, right? Write this down. Write the exchange, man. It's very important, right? You might need it now because they are competing for business, for your business if you're in America, right? United Healthcare, Humana, and the Blue Cross Blue Shield, they are insurance carriers that provide the health insurance that they have contracted with the government to provide you the services. Does that make sense? So as an insurance carrier, right? Because right now it's the exchange period, right? In which you can change and add on your health insurance plan, right? For example, like Medicare, right? Because right now it's the open enrollment for Medicare, for ACA, right? You can start enrolling into a health insurance plan, right? In California, you might have Kaiser Permanente, who's public too, but at the same time, each insurance carrier provides services to the people, right? To the people based according to state law, but at the same time, they are contracted with the government because they get subsidized for providing you the services, right? Does that make sense? So the insurance carrier cannot, check this out, it's very important, man. The insurance carrier, right, can only expend so much effort into acquiring the business, right? Based upon how much contract they get paid from the government to subsidize this, the loss, right? So what they do is that they would hire or work with independent insurance agency, right, as a contract, right? Contract, like for example, like an FMO, NMO, right? For example, like my company, right? To build a contract in which we market, right? We, right, sell, right? We bring consumer to their plan, right? To their health plan. So now you have 3 contracts, right? Or 2 contracts. You have the insurance carrier, one, who's contracted with the government to, to offer you guys health insurance, us health insurance coverage, right? But at the same time, not so much though, but enough to fuel the campaign to bring the book of business into their health plan. And that's the reason why insurance companies compete with each other, right? Carriers, they compete to get your business, because right now it's the health insurance plan, right? They compete for your business during the open enrollment period so that you can stick in the book of business that they get paid for by the government, right? So because of that, guess what happened, right? Now you are competing with the insurance agency now. The insurance agency now contracted with the carrier, right? And for example, in California, right? Competing with other agency to get the business, right? So now you have 2 competing, which is carriers, and you have agency, and guess what happened? Capitalism. That's what. Yes, it's a good thing. It's a good, guys. When you have competition, right? When you have competition between private-owned insurance companies or agency, right? It will stimulate progression, just like how chaos is. You see how I'm tying this up? You see how I'm relating all this logic together, right? To let you guys know that if one of you guys watch this, right, later on, right, and you reach my research paper in which I actually improvised, reimagine Einstein E=mc² equation, right? Check it out, man. I'm able to do that because I'm able to tell the story. You see how I'm able to tell the story? Because when I see a lot of things, I tied it in together as like a pattern of sequencing, like AI technology or programming, right? It's when I see that pattern, right, I put myself to the side and I ponder. A philosopher, right, Law, right? When you're a philosopher, man, you have to ponder about certain things about that you can or stuck or in the process of comprehending, right? So when you're in the process of comprehending a certain logic, a certain idea, a certain concept, to make it into a principle. Remember, guys, a concept is a concept. A principle is action, is applied. It's a law in a way, right? It's like in the Chinese, like it's a Tao in a way, right? When your concept becomes that of a principle, it becomes something that you abide by. It becomes something that you follow. It becomes your life philosophical principles. Aristotle said that, right? When you have that your life philosophical principle established, right, you can build upon your life philosophical principle to elevate your mindset in which you're able to see certain things from a different perspective to help elevate your philosophy that you can pass down to the next generation to elevate their philosophy and hope for the better of humanity. That's the purpose of philosophy, guys. You see how I'm tying chaos theory, right? You see how I'm tying chaos theory to classic philosophy, right? Because the greats, like Aristotle, for example, I gotta look at the guy, right? They look, this is Aristotle, right? The handle. They hold this up, right? But at the same time, this right here, this current day of philosopher, man, they just stack up. They ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They just expand out. You see that? This is the classic philosophy today of modern philosopher. They just stack up. This is Aristotle. You see that? It holds everything together, right? But it stopped. You guys see how I'm tying imagery, and I'm tying this up with Shakespeare and Poe with you guys, right? A narrative. So what I'm telling you guys right now is actually a Poe style of folkloric, in which I'm telling you guys a narrative, right? A narrative in spoken words, in which I'm able to paint concept between classic philosophy of the old and classic philosophy of the new. You see how it's different. That's why the hammer is important, right? Because the classic philosophy of the new it's just spread like this, right? It's not elevating. It's not going anywhere, right? Just like how Law asked me about AI technology. I was like, bro, if you're a horseman, you don't know about AI technology, bro. About technology, go back to BCE, bro. You know what I'm saying? It matters. Because in order to elevate philosophy, imagine Aristotle. Imagine Aristotle with technology. Do you think we still be talking about, determinism? No, bro. Aristotle is known to be freaking a complex thinker, but at the same time, an innovator in the idea of expansion, bro. Like, Aristotle can break shit down, bro. You know what I'm saying? Homeboy can break shit down. But the thing was that his time, technology, understanding was limited. But still, he was able to build this here. He was able to hold this together for the future generations, a few hundred years later, right? That's because this is Shakespeare. This is Edgar Allan Poe. You see how the foundation they built is strong. But then it stopped because it became like this now. You know what I'm saying? Because no one is wanting to elevate the art and the craft. They believe that whatever that Shakespeare wrote 300 years ago was perfect. But it's not. It's not perfect, right? Shakespeare would not want his art, his iambic, to be where it's at for 300 something years. That's because as an artist, right? The king is back, right? The data official, right? As an artist, as a philosopher, as a scholar, as a musician, right? You always want to elevate. You always want to progress. Don't hate on Elon because he's making moves. He's tired, bro. Like, he's tired of people dogging him when he's building things for humanity that it's in the open, but still people judge him because why? Stocks, right? It's always about the stock. So guys, it's more see beyond what it is that you see, but at the same time, see what it is that the person has done. This is the classic philosophy. This is Shangri-La, right? One of them, right? This is Aristotle. This is Shakespeare, the handle, which is hold up for several hundred years, right? This is Federer. This is Nadal. You know what I'm saying? This is Messi. You know what I'm saying? This is, what's the guy's name with the seven guy? What's his name? What's the seven guy? I forgot the seven guy's name. Ronaldo or something? But this is Messi. You know what I'm saying? Ronaldo, yeah, he's there too. But this is Messi. You know what I'm saying? Ronaldo. Federer, Nadal, right? What's that girl name? and something like that, right? Just kidding. But you see how they build a foundation for tennis. They build a foundation for literature. They build a foundation for classic philosophy. But we cannot be this here, right? Because right now, this is where we're at. If we don't embrace technology in which we try to understand technology, guess what happened, guys? Right? How are you gonna elevate? Right? How's your attention span of 30 seconds? Right? Are you happy with that? If it is, then you're good. Again, I'm making this video for those who come and watch it later on, right? And whoever live right now, good. Hey man, thank you for staying. But at the same time, I'm making this as a document. Why? Because it matters. As a modern bar of chaos, I'm legit with coding, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to coding, besides the Stack Overflowers, man, and the archaeologists, I'm pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm here to let you guys know, for those who come and watch it later on, is that if we know the algorithm operate a certain way, right? Overflowers, the archaeologists, right? You know, the hackers. That's the archaeologists. So yes, so in our societies of scholars, we call the archaeologists the hackers. Why the hackers the archaeologists? Because not all hackers are bad, guys, right? Not all hackers are bad, because they are archaeologists. They dig into data files that, you know, that's there for profit, the same way that people use data for profit openly, right? Some are good, some are bad, but at the same time, we call them the archaeologists because the overflower, you know, fight them, right? But then they fight them. It's like a battle of, I'm gonna test you, you test me, right? So if you guys don't know, man, Stack Overflow, man, is a place where all the high-tech intellect of coders, man, built upon, bro. Stack Overflow is where all the intellect of coding, bro, of where you see coding, is at Stack Overflow. You know what I'm saying? For example, Apple, right? If Apple have an issue, the creator of Apple will go to Stack Overflow. Meta with Mark, Stack Overflow, right? Elon with Rook, Stack Overflow. Google, at one point, Stack Overflow too, but at the same time, Stack Overflow is a group of organization of smart, intelligent coders who are, I guess you say, sharing knowledge to help fight the archaeologists. The archaeologists is a group of organization designed to fight the Stack Overflow because they are bored, bro. These people are weird, bro. Like they are weird, bro. Like they test each other just for fun, just because for fun. But you see the story though, it's not just for fun, guys. Someone got to test someone to elevate. You know what I'm saying? If the Stack Overflow are a group of intellect, of coders, they need to have some challenge, right? Just like how the hackers are, they need to have some challenge too. So it's like an exchange of, I'm gonna test you, I'm gonna test good cop, bad cop. But at the same time, not everyone is good, not everyone's bad. But at the same time, the point is that there are people who are testing each other continuously for the elevation of humanity, right? Because the domain for the web right now, if it's not for Stack Overflow, it would not be this secured, right? But at the same time, if it weren't for the hackers to test Stack Overflow on, for example, like on issues, right? Not all hackers are bad. Like I said, some hackers designed to break the system so that way they can fix the system. Does that make sense? If there's a bug within the system, right, that they have to break, they will be categorized as a hacker, but at the same time, they break the system to test the system so that way they can get paid. But at the same time, it's that to build a stronger foundation for cybersecurity, guys. I'm telling you, you see how I'm leading the story forward, right? To let you guys know what I know, of how knowledgeable I am in terms of what it is that I do, right? But at the same time, it's that I'm low key. But sometimes, man, I only want to make one video about it though, and this will be the video that I will talk about this, man, about what it is that I know, because I don't want to be repeat myself, right? I'm sharing you guys a story as a modern bard because you guys need to know. But I won't say it again, right? So once I tell you guys a story here, you can come and watch it later on. But the Stack Overflow, again, is a group of intellect, coders, designer, builders, owners, right? who are building, testing certain things to protect the domain, to protect the cybersecurity, to protect, technology in terms of where it's transition forward, which is cybernet, right? Someone have to do that, but at the same time, you don't hear them though. But the Stack Overflow designed to do that, to help protect cybersecurity. There are hackers who designed to break the system so that way they can come back and reinforce it to stronger, so that way they can secure it, right? For example, the algorithm, the hackers for who steal data and stuff like that. But it's everywhere, right? But at the same time, if no one controls that, if no one regulates that, guess what happens? The bad hackers will take everything, right? But at the same time, guys, there are good people who are being miscategorized just because of what they do, but at the same time, they don't really care because their goal is to, right, help humanity elevate because they care about the cybernet, because they see, remember guys, the Stack Overflow are highly intelligent coders, man. Like, they see where the trend is going. You know what I'm saying? They see where the danger is going to be held at because, one, if we were to protect the cybernet, right, if we are transitioning to technology, who's going to secure the web? Who's going to secure, all these viruses, all these bugs, right? Who's going to do all that? But nobody don't know much about them, right? That's because that's not their goal. Their goal is to protect cybernet security, right? Their goal is to help elevate humanity the same way as some hackers designed to break the system so that way they can come back and reinforce it, right? But at the same time, their image is as a hacker, but at the same time, hey, they hack to break the system to elevate. But at the same time, there are those who hack for the sake of just hacking for the profit. There are bad apples, but not every bad apples are good. For example, the government, right, with the healthcare system. It's not the insurance carrier's fault that they leave the state and not offer, the health insurance. You see how I'm tying this all up? You see how I'm tying all this up to you for you guys to know? Because it matters, right? Because now you have the coders and the hackers, but then the good and the bad, right? They're all in the synergistic movement of one another, right? Of one do this, one do that. But it's an exchange. It's like a control, and then there's an agonist or antagonist in research, right? When you have a control, an agonist and antagonist, you can test and you can experiment. You have to look at it that way, right? With the health insurance, you have the insurance carrier who, if they don't get paid by the government to offer the health insurance plan to the citizens at an affordable price, right? Then they will lose business. If they lose business, guess what happens? They can't operate. Why? Because if, for example, if United Healthcare is competing with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield for business in California, right? But they are losing business because they are offering more benefits than what they can bring in as the book of business, as the stocks, they will go out of business. Does that make sense? So you see how when the laws and the regulation and enforce that's not favorable to the insurance carrier to allow them to compete while maintaining the profit for the organization, for the entity in which they can offer and compete to provide the health insurance plan to the citizen. If they don't make a profit margin, why would they operate in a state in which they cannot make a profit? That's a business. That's a bad business, right? From a business perspective, you wouldn't either, right? But if you don't understand business from that aspect, right, then you were like, oh, why are they leaving? Why are they leaving? Just like how, with the United Healthcare accident, right? Blame the wrong guy, right? But at the same time, it's like, why are they leaving? They're leaving because they are losing business, right? They employ millions of people, tens of thousands of employees. If, for example, United Healthcare go out of business, how many people will get laid off? You get what I'm saying? How many people will lose a job? How many people will not get insured? So how many insurance agency will lose their contract with the carrier? You see how the domino effect triggered, right? Again, I'm only going to do one video on this, man, to let this out. Because right now is the time, but at the same time, I want everyone to know that can come back later on to watch this, to let you know the real deal between health insurance coverage, between the philosophy, the classic, between the foundation, between elevation of technology, between the coders, right? You see how I'm tying to you guys different concept and different category, different area. Who else does it beside me? I have research to back it up too. Look me up. But at the same time, You see how I'm painting the story to let you guys know because I'm a bard of chaos, man. It's what I do, right? I'm a scholar, I'm a philosopher, but at the same time, man, it's in my duty, my role to share the story to the people in which you guys can see by presented in a way in which you guys can understand, whether if it's martial art, whether if it's satire, whether if it is. But the point of the matter is that you see me live. You see me applied. You see me with the experience because I operate health insurance business, right? So I was there, so I know what's going on. I see it, right? I'm also corporate as well, so I was up there too, so I see what's going on as well. But I'm still in the hood of California of LBC, you know what I'm saying? For the people still, right? But at the same time, my musical composition, right? I have a 24-minute one piece of Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe, you know, the Cosmic Jester, right? The one with the Sith Lord. Yeah, that's called the Cosmic Jester for a reason. With the Sith Lord, it's because it's insane how Shakespeare and Poe are being known as the meanies. That's not cool to me, bro. Right? And that's why it's the Cosmic Jester of the Sith, is because it's my way of saying, like, how can these iconic figures, right, who should be idolized of that, turn to memes, right? Nah. So guess what happened? I elevated and I mutated Edgar Allan Poe and Shakespeare into Shakespeareantic, bro. Into one. A 24 minutes on streaming. Check it out, man. EDM, hard house, big house, opera, Afro rap, mutation, neo gospel, all within that 20-minute composition, the Cosmic Jester, man. Check it out. Under Isamantix, right? The one with the Sith Lord holding the lightsaber, right? But at the same time, I also have one, which is also a fusion, which is my first mistake, man. It's like I was wrong, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, bro. Like I fucked up too, like I did. But at the same time, that's a 16-minute piece, bro. That's a 16-minute neo-gospel operatic, right? Straight up one single sonic piece of iambic pentameter modified of the imagery of Poe and William Shakespeare. Check it out, man. Again, it's the one with the, you know, with the Asian icon, like with superhero, man. That's me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So I was wrong, right? 16-minute one-piece fusion, right? The Cosmic Jester, a 20-minute one-piece mutation, man, of EDM Hearts House with Latin traps, with everything there, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I got another one, man, which is what? The Moonlight Shadow King. The Moonlight Shadow King, if you look at it, it's a 5 scene. It's a 5 scene from a combination of William Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe. I put into one piece, bro. A 70-minute one piece called Isamantix, the Moonlight Shadow King, right? It tells a story from the past. It tells a story of a timeline of when Shakespeare, 200 years ago, as the moonlit heir, right? With, for example, like Claudius, right? For example, right? But this is Ophelius, right? Ophelius was the original Moonlight Shadow King. Ophelius was the original, and within the story-wise, he was the original, the Moonlit Shadow King who became a Moonlight Inlet heir, right? So that's during Shakespeare time, Ophelius, right? So at the timeline of my Isamantix, the Moonlight Shadow King, a 7-minute, five scenes on streaming, start with Ophelius, which is start with Shakespeare. Transition, move down to folkloric, right? It moved down to folkloric of the next generation of the Moonlight Shadow King, in which they still struggle the same struggle, right? From Ophelius to I'm out of battery, right? All right, so I'm out of battery, guys. But on that, man, like, check this out. The last one, man, is an Afro rap. It's me, man. It's me rapping iambic pentameter style, man. It's the Sam I Am. You know what I'm saying? Again, Isamantix, the Moonlight Shadow King. Check it out, bro. It's a 70-minute, one piece, 5 scenes, but at the same time, man. Look, if you're gonna clean your tools, man, make sure you take off the battery. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you take off the batteries because that's important. If you don't take off the batteries and you clean your tool, guess what happens? You might drill yourself, right? So you always want to take off the battery before you clean your tools, because when it rains in California, man, and your phone's almost out of battery, and you're almost 1 hour talking about the stuff you want to talk about, man, mission accomplished. My 1 hour is mission accomplished. You You see how I tell the story though, right? Is that I still stay true. Clean your tools at the end, you know what I'm saying? Because I did talk about cleaning the tool, right? Make sure you take off your stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? For example, man, if you have one of these, make sure you take off the bit, because if you don't take off the bits, bro, you know what I'm saying? You see that? And you have the battery on here like this, bro, and you try to take this off, you might hurt yourself. So take off the battery, take this out. Adios.